Hi, welcome back. This segment, we're going to be speaking with Lisa Barnett, and we're going to be talking about the Akasha. Lisa's new book, Akasha, Spiritual Experiences of Accessing the Infinite Intelligence of Our Souls. And you're in for another treat because Lisa Barnett we're going to be talking all about the Galactic Akashic Records, in addition to our regular Earth Akashic Records. But before we do that, let me tell you a little bit about Lisa Barnett. So Lisa, as we say, is the author of Akasha. She's also the best-selling author of another book called Your Soul Has a Plan. She's the founder of the Akashic Knowing School of Wisdom, where Lisa specializes in teaching you to access personal soul wisdom and guidance to transform your life, working directly with your soul's plan and your Akashic record keepers. Lisa is the only one that I go to when I want to have my Akashic Records accessed. And she's truly I would say, an Akashic Records teacher, master teacher. I almost called you an Akashic Records master. That would be misspeaking. So let me say, welcome, Lisa Barnett, to our show.
Thank you, Ariel. Actually, it wouldn't be misspeaking to call me an Akashic Master because I'll tell you my weird stories. When the record keepers actually first contacted me, and that was my experience, they started speaking very loudly to me and giving me all this expansive information. But when they said to me, will you help us anchor this energy back on the planet? They explained that they had pulled the vibration of the Akasha away from Earth because it was being misused during the Dark Ages. And so they said, please help us re-anchor it. It's time for humanity to access this wisdom because it's really your birthright. As well as when they said, would you start a school? And I said to them, why me? Kind of in that very human, I think you have the wrong person because I'm a mom in the suburbs. I've got these 3 toddlers, and why the heck would you ask me to start an Akashic Records school? And they said, because you were one of us. And I responded, like, what the heck does that mean? and they said, when you started your soul's journey, you came to work in the Akashic Library with us. You became an Akashic Records keeper. You were a master of the Akashic Records. So there are levels in the Akash. We have a group of Akashic librarians or record keepers. So there are beautiful beings of light. There are Akashic teachers who are helping us to learn and grow on our soul path. And there are Akashic masters as well as Akashic lords. So I made it to the Akashic masters level before I went on my soul's journey and became the galactic soul that I am. And I truly believe we all are. So
you know what I love about working with you so much, Lisa, is even though you are a former Akashic Records teacher, master, and you are bringing in this truly infinite wisdom of our souls from across the universe, across the galaxy, and we're going to talk about the Galactic Records. You're also very, very grounded. You're also very real, and you're so easy to talk with, and the way that you explain everything is in a way that is so easy to understand. It's attainable. I think that's what I love about you the most, because working with you, and it's not that there's something that's just so out there and so away from us that we could never do that, or that could never be us. I think that you, in your brilliance, are holding so much wisdom, and yet you're so grounded and attainable at the same time.
Thank you. I have to say, I just feel that I have been blessed. And me, I could talk about the Akash and the Akashic Records, forever. But what really comes up to be said is that because before we come to Earth, we make a plan. And that plan is based on who we are coming to be, and often the gifts that we are sharing and the soul contracts that we're writing with other people. And so what I know is that in this lifetime, I was blessed to be able to have a beautiful human support team in my husband and my children, and to be able to be grounded. My husband is phenomenally grounding and earthy and, very connected to nature and backpacking and the outdoors. And that helps really me to stay much more grounded, as well as all my kids, right? Because I've had to learn to speak, all kind of change some of the way I talk even about spirituality or the Akashic Records, because I've, shared that with my kids, my family, their friends, over time. And so it is interesting that each of us as souls kind of make some different types of choices in order to share our wisdom the way that we as that infinite soul have chosen to share the wisdom in this life. And so I've had plenty of those lives as the divine feminine, mother, the goddess temples, the wise woman, wise man. And this time I chose more more human, to be the mother in the suburbs who, was tapped to help, share the Akashic wisdom. So I just feel very blessed by all of it.
So tell us, to start our, really frame our conversation, tell us, what are the Akashic Records?
So the Akashic Record is the recording of your soul's journey throughout all time-space continuum, or the non-time space continuum also. And so from the moment you individuate from source, your soul goes on a journey, and everything is always recorded in this energy that we refer to as the Akasha. So if you imagined that you had a video camera that was part of your head or your brain, or you wore a GoPro every day, and every night you uploaded that video to the cloud, and you could always go back and see, oh, what was I like 10 years ago or 30 years ago, or as a baby? What kind of experiences did I have as a teenager? And then, of course, you could go back, oh, what about other lifetimes? What about past lives? And so all of that information is stored energetically in the Akasha for you, actually for you to access, to have that library which supports you in each life. So it's very interesting, because the Akashic Records, or access into the Akasha, had been relatively available to humanity for a very long time, until the Dark Ages, until around 1000 AD. And then we started to misuse the information for our own just for our own personal good, right? To win a war, to find someone's gold or their jewels or whatever it might have been. So the vibration was pulled away from Earth, and most of us as humans forgot about it. And that's why it seems to almost be a bit of a new information, things that, an idea or a concept, the Akashic Records, Akasha, is vague in a lot of people's minds. And that's even if you're on a spiritual path, because it has only been being regrounded back on Earth since around the 70s.
So the Akashic Records that most people refer to, and the past lives that most people refer to, have to do with our lives here on Earth, primarily. But there's a lot of questions and there's a lot of information about our cosmic origins. The term starseeds is used a lot. talk about a little bit about your understanding of what a starseed is and whether or not you believe that we or some of us are starseeds here today.
So for me, the fascinating thing about the Akashic Records and being starseeds is that, you know, you're right. Most of us kind of think about past lives and sometimes were we someone famous or something like that. But the information and the wisdom that is stored in the Akasha is really for our soul growth and support of the gifts and talents that we have really honed over so many lifetimes. So when the Akashic Record Keepers asked me to start a school, and I said, again, why me? And they said, because you're very galactic and you can access those galactic records, which have not really been available on the planet. Really hardly at all, because if you're thinking about the fact that the vibration was pulled away from Earth during the Dark Ages, really before that, I don't think people were thinking a whole lot about, well, maybe a little bit, but you know, I don't think we were chatting about being starseeds at that point. So it's kind of interesting that when they said that to me all those years ago, it triggered my desire actually to start to access those galactic records. And so literally in downloading my 5-step wisdom prayer system, in downloading vibrational keys, they gave me keys to access the deeper, some of the deeper kind of records of Sirius, the Pleiades, Arcturus, you know, so angelic realms, galactic traveler, which is one of my favorite prayers because so many of us really are galactic travelers. So what I really learned over all of these years is that even though those libraries have not been particularly open to humanity, we are all truly starseed. I have never, in the 10,000 readings I've done, met someone who is only from Earth. We literally spend most of our time in other realms and dimensions, other planets and planes. So whether we're Arcturians or from Sirius or a little bit of many different planets or angelic, I think many of us even come from a 12th dimensional angelic realm. So we're so much more than we think we are. And what I'm finding is that it's becoming easier and easier for people to start to access that information, as well as all of their, you know, hundreds and hundreds of past lives here on Earth. So I find that not only are we all starseeds, so it's kind of cool to know, and it's interesting to find out, oh, maybe where have I predominantly lived, or what few planets. And then we are starting to be able to ask questions like, are there gifts and talents from a galactic lifetime that I'm actually bringing back to Earth now? So some of that information is really opening up, which I just love, because the record keepers are saying that many of the children who are being born, you know, now kind of in the last 10, maybe even 20 years and forward, are very pure galactic souls. Many of them have not been human. They're coming in with those gifts and talents to help us save the earth, literally, to bring in new kind of new inventions so that we can really feed humanity, so that we can change the whole, you know, what we've damaged on our planet around heat, around weather, around lack of water, you know, all of the above. And so they are going to really be coming to help us to transform and to create this new earth. And so I'm excited to start to see these really galactic children. And one of the beautiful things that they tell me in these Galactic Akash is that these children have no karmic patterns because they have not gotten stuck in what we often would refer to as kind of this karmic wheel that we've been kind of playing in for the last 6, 7, 8,000 years. And so they're coming in karma free. They're coming in way more awake. They will often, I believe, be very, very conscious. And so they will be able to tap in really easily, much more quickly into some of these memories of these gifts, these talents, these inventions, these things that we've created in other worlds that we could really use, that would be so beneficial for us on Earth now.
I really love that, because I think that understanding our Akashic records from a personal soul healing or growth perspective is certainly important. But the idea of accessing the records to see how, see the more collective vision, so that we can all step in and not only heal the self, but help heal the earth, help elevate the consciousness of our entire the collective consciousness. To me, that's really where the work is. You know, that's really where the importance of why having this information is so critical. You know, that people are aware of it and that people tune in at the level that it resonates with them.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. You know, because I've always felt that it's so important for people to realize that we did not come in as victims, that we are really not at kind of just, you know, the will of the universe, or you know, to start to understand that we, as very ancient and very wise souls, made a complex plan. And often, as light workers, which I know you all are, that you are here to help to create this new earth, to heal the planet, to awaken humanity, to reactivate our grid systems and our ley lines on earth, really to raise the vibration of everyone, you know. And because of course Gaia herself is awakening, she's helping us to raise the vibration of everyone on earth. And when we can do this consciously, when we can become very conscious beings, then it makes it so much easier for us to think out of the box, to, again, tap into some of our information from our galactic records, some of the beautiful gifts and talents that we have honed over our, you know, last 8 or 10,000 years here on the planet. I mean, we've had amazing times. We have been so much more advanced, even on this planet, you know, quite a few thousand years ago. And I believe we can really tap back into that. So, and a lot of this information is available and really becoming more accessible, more available to humanity as we start to deepen in. And of course, with the consciousness, with the intention to help humanity, to be here as light workers in service to our world and creating this beautiful new earth that we really are here to create. And so stepping into the power of the fact that you truly are creator beings, and we have the energy, we have the ability, but we truly need to own that, right? To allow ourselves to empower ourselves. And to me, one of the greatest ways to step into our own soul empowerment is to access our own Akasha, to know who we've been and what we've done, so that we can really pull that into, you know, your body in this moment, right here and now. Remember, be that remembrance. So share that creativity.
So before we get into the processes, because you are going to share 2 processes with us, but before we get into that, just from the galactic perspective, I have 2 questions. And the first one will be born out of my own experience, but I mean, I talk about a galactic traveler. I've had experiences, visions or trance experiences where I see myself traveling on different planets and, different parts of the universe. And I'm very aware that not only my whole self is not here, there's aspects of myself, but I'm other places at the exact same time. I'm doing other things simultaneously to being here right now, speaking with you. But I was told, again, just, through my own direct receiving, that I needed to just be on Earth and I needed to stop trying to remember or being out there in the universe because my energy needed to be here. We're like, focus, focus on what you're doing. So again, my question is, do you find that to be fairly common? And would you agree that even though it's important that we have an understanding that we are these larger galactic beings, that our work is here at the moment?
Yes, absolutely. Because this aspect of your soul, this conscious aspect of you who is embodied at this moment, all those other aspects have their own lives and they're doing their own thing and they're all perfect without us checking in on them, right? And there are times where we can energetically embody or integrate some of that information or wisdom. And it's all about what we are doing in the profound work we are stepping into on Earth right now. Right? So in that bigger sense, no one has ever really done this sort of ascension process embodied as a human before on Earth. Right? So we came here really excited. We really are choosing to do this, to help our bodies to kind of lighten up, right? To transform into a more crystalline based physicality, which I'm not really sure how this is happening, but I know energetically, I see a lot of people who are giving up different kinds of foods that no longer work with a lighter, kind of more crystalline based energy, a higher vibe energy, right? So often we're giving up different sorts of things, whether it's gluten or dairy or whatever, all different things like that. And so we are here in this profound process. And so again, focusing on this process, focusing on all the gifts and talents that you have already brought with you that are accessible to you, often through sometimes remembering and reactivating some of the other lifetimes here on Earth and or galactically. We can do this through our work in the Akasha, but to stay focused here so that we can create this and kind of stop dreaming about living in a different life or a different planet, because you know what, this is really a short life in these human bodies. And so we'll be on before we know it. So
we'll be back surfing the stars, yes. Okay, so to help us do the work, to help us connect and ground and really tune in with our Akashic records here, or our greater selves here, you are going to share a tripod grounding system and a rainbow shield meditation. So
yes,
please.
Yeah, so I will do it kind of just as one meditation in flow. And then that's always nice because people can go back and redo that if they wish. And so what the record keepers start to say to me also, probably a lot of years ago, maybe almost 20 years ago, I was not the most embodied, grounded human on the planet, right? I was always trying to escape. One of the first books I read when I was about 14 was Journeys Out of the Body, right? So it kind of was a long process. But what the record keepers started to say was that until we fully embody in these beautiful human vessels that we have chosen to create, we will not be able to go into the fourth and fifth dimension. We will not create a new earth because we are creating the new earth from this place, plane, dimension where we are human. Again, not from those galactic worlds. All of the beautiful, galactic starships that are out there helping, they can only help a little because they're not boots on ground, right? They are not in a physical body here on the earth. So we can get information, guidance, wisdom, energy, upgrades, all sorts of great things, but it's the people. It is you and me who are really here in this physical form. So embodying fully, which really means grounding all the way through the whole body, down all the way into your hips, down, filling, all of the chakras, doesn't always feel that fun for us because it's denser than we often like. But it's kind of like realizing when I can fully embody here, then I can actually strengthen, really activate my manifestation abilities, my creator being gifts, and start to create the world that I, as a human, a soul embodied as a human, I can truly start to create in this world, in this plane, on this dimension. And that's the new earth we're creating. So getting down and grounded in your body, the record keepers gave me a guided visualization that I call Rainbow Shield, which is beautiful because, again, it's about being the sovereign of your physical body, your energy fields, your auric field, owning that so you're not being run around by your friends, your family, unembodied spirits who may or may not be welcome, right? So being the sovereign, so you are aligned to your higher self, to your soul's purposes, to your Akasha, right? So being grounded and being the sovereign by using this tripod grounding system, by using the Rainbow Shield visualization, really helps you to be the sovereign of your life, and then from there to really be the creator being that you truly are. So to me, it sounds a lot more sexy than just being grounded here on earth. I like being the creator being that I am, because I can remember being a galactic creator being and creating planets. And so it's like, okay, that aspect, have fun. I'll see you soon. And now I'm going to be that creator being embodied. So join me in this process. We will do a tripod grounding system. And I'll just do this all as a guided visualization. So if you can sit back and close your eyes, please do that. I like to have both of my feet flat on the floor. And so we just start by, I always like to start by taking a nice deep breath into my fourth chakra, heart, inviting it to open and expand a little bit further, letting it spin and strengthen. To me, it looks like a beautiful golden ball of light spinning and filling the whole chest. And then I like to go up to the spiritual heart, which is a smaller chakra, doesn't have a number, but it's up by your thymus, up your high heart. And we invite it to open and expand and spin and merge with your fourth chakra heart, creating a beautiful, sacred heart. Fourth and high heart blending and spinning, shining out that sacred light of you. And now we'll invite some of the aspects of our soul that have not wanted to be grounded or very fully embodied in this life yet. And so I often kind of see it like a bit of a kite, almost like I have a kite or a balloon that tends to fly above my head. All of that soul energy that only likes to come down to my heart. But now I'm just going to invite that aspect of the soul to come down more fully into this body in this very moment. And you just might notice, feel it kind of sliding down into your crown chakra, and start to feel, notice this soul energy really integrating down as it comes down into your head and your neck. And we invite it to come as it integrates across your shoulders and your upper torso, feeling that warmth, that beautiful vibration of you, fully embodying as your soul slips further into the body, filling the center of the torso, the fourth, the third, the second chakras, and all the way across. So your soul is literally integrating with all of your physicality and your organs. And continue slipping down into your hips and your lower abdomen as your soul really embodies the second and the first chakras all across that lower abdomen, and then down into our legs, filling our legs, our thighs, our calves, our feet, as the soul becomes fully embodied in this sacred vessel that you as a soul have contracted with the physical body. And as the soul comes down into the feet, we're going to activate our tripod grounding system by imagining roots growing from the bottom of our feet, right out of our feet chakras, because we have little chakras in our arches of our feet also, and beautiful root system coming from our feet down deep into Gaia, deep down into Mother Earth, about 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet. Letting that root system spread out, creating a very strong root system from your feet. And then we activate the tripod, that third leg, which is a grounding cord from the base of your spine or the back of your first chakra, whichever way you can imagine that. Nice wide grounding cord tail all the way down to the core, that beautiful crystalline core of Gaia. As we wrap that tail or that grounding cord around the center, around the crystalline core, and we ask Gaia to help us to stay grounded and centered as we do our work on this beautiful planet today. So feeling really solid in your body, we are going to really activate our rainbow shield by first filling our physical body with the highest, brightest Akashic energy, light, and wisdom that we can hold. We want to own every square inch. And as we're filling ourselves with this golden light, this high Akashic energy of you, we are actually moving everyone else out of our physical body, out of our energy field. We want to send everyone back so that they can go home to their own physical body. So I like to imagine a beautiful pitcher filled with golden liquid light, just hovering above the top of our crown chakra. And we pour that golden Akashic liquid light, soul energy, high vibe right down into your body, and it pours all the way down into your feet, just like you were pouring golden liquid light into a glass. It goes to the bottom first, filling your feet and your legs, and continuing to fill your torso again on another level of physicality. Our bodies integrated into our soul is integrated into our body, and now we're literally raising the vibration with this golden liquid light from the Akasha, this beautiful wisdom of you. So the golden liquid light fills your whole torso, coming up to your shoulders, pouring down, filling your arms and your hands, and up into your neck, filling your whole physical head, your skull, your brain, all of that wonderful wisdom that is also in our head centers, our clairvoyance, claircognizance, telepathics, really activating all of that with your highest Akashic energy. And as that gold liquid light comes to the top of your head, it continues to pour down and fill your auric field around you. So it starts to fill from below your physical human feet, about a foot below your feet. Just imagine our aura kind of tied in around us. And that liquid light is filling the aura. Looks a little bit like an oval egg around your physical body. And that golden liquid light comes up around your body, all the way up over your head, filling your whole aura until you look like a beautiful golden egg. And we thank the Akashic light, energy, and wisdom for filling us up with our highest vibe. And the golden pitcher evaporates. And we're going to activate our rainbow shield, which is really strengthening the 7 layers of your aura. Many of us have had damage to our auric system. We don't particularly activate it. It's kind of weak and not very clear. And it's a profound boundary and useful tool. So we are going to consciously activate it now by adding the layer of red right on top of our golden egg, the first layer of the aura. And so I just see a golden layer, a red layer on top of the gold, and then an orange layer on top of the red, and a yellow layer on top of the orange. And we continue strengthening and activating our aura with the next green layer. And then there's the blue, beautiful, all around your whole golden egg. And the next layer is indigo. And our final 7th layer of violet. And just breathing and feeling the solidity of your body and your golden egg aura and your rainbow shield as it strengthens with awareness. And we activate this rainbow shield, having it support us by stating that no one and nothing may enter my physical body, my auric field, or my energy field without my permission and my consent. And nothing may be taken, removed, or drained from my physical body, energy field, or auric field without my permission and my consent. And the record keepers want you to feel this beautiful energy of being guided, guarded, and protected as you are now in greater alignment to your Akashic records and the Akasha. And just taking one more lovely, slow, deep breath. Coming back present as you open your eyes. We just give great thanks to the record keepers, to our beautiful divine beings of light who are in support to us always. And so it is.
Lisa, thank you. I went really deep. I'm feeling maybe a little, I'm going to go back there now and just be in that energy even more. But it was really beautiful. And, I many times will surround myself with a golden egg of protection, but I've never really thought about layering on the rainbow of the aura colors. So that's really powerful. That's really powerful and really beautiful. I mean, I know it's in your book. I'm going to hold up your book again, Akasha, Spiritual Experiences of Accessing the Infinite Intelligence of Our Souls. And Lisa does share that meditation and the tripod grounding in the book, along with a vast amount of other Akashic wisdom. So I encourage you to pick up a copy of Akasha. But having you speak it and come through the way that you did, it was very, very powerful. And I appreciate that. I will say, actually, I'm thinking now on Lisa's website, at least for a limited period of time, Lisa is offering 4 downloadable gifts. One of them is the meditation of the Rainbow Shield and the tripod grounding with a purchase of her book. So akashicknowing.com is Lisa's site. So wow, this has been, as always, just such a joy, such a pleasure, Lisa Barnett. Thank you so very much for being with us today.
Oh, thank you, Ariel. I love our relationship. I love our time together. Thank you for allowing me to share the Akashic wisdom with everyone. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you.